What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, programmers of all ages? Welcome back to this week's HaxeFlixel game development tutorial. And guess what? With the help of the OpenFL community, I finally figured out what my dumbass mistake was. And don't get me wrong, this was completely my mistake. I take back everything that I said about VS Code and HaxeFlixel and the Hax plugin, the Lime plugin. I'm sorry. It was unwarranted of me to blame them. It was all my mistake, and it was a dumbass mistake at that. In any case, so what my problem was that Lime project file was set to the path where Lime was installed on my computer, and I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but that was what I ended up doing. So if you had a similar issue, you probably did the same as me. There's no other way to go about that, sorry. Any case, in this week's tutorial, we are finally adding the win and death menu states so that we can give visual feedback to when the player died and show them that, hey, my guy, you're dead, or hey, my guy, you won. So let's get on to that. Okay, so the first thing we will need to do is create the states for the game. So first up, new file, death menu state dot hx class death menu state extends flx state, and as you saw, I have the thingy back. So yay for that, but the I'm still gonna copy paste because we've gotten to this point where everything that you need to know to create a game, I have already told you. So now I'm just showing you an implementation of what I have told you to kind of drive home how I would personally use it to create a game. Doesn't mean it's a good game, but it's how I would probably go about it. In any case, we need a private var called current state flx state. This will just allow us to say if we die, we can just retry the state. In any case, the rest of the class variables are all the ones that you have seen before, like the title and buttons. We have a retry button, an exit menu button, and an exit desktop button. Next up, we need to create a constructor, which, yeah, we don't often do, but in this case, we need one. So I should probably import those. Let me import it. Let me import, quick fix, import, save, cool. So when we create the constructor, we have to say what state we are currently in. So this will just make it a bit easier for us to reset the state. And then over into our create function. So override, create. No, go back. I want to press save, not Control Z. Okay. First up is the title. Title equals new FLX text. We put it on 20 on the y-axis, so it's a bit pushed down, and it says you died, and in an 18 font size. We align it in the center so that the text itself is center aligned, and we also align it on the x-axis, and then we add it to the scene. Next up is the exit menu button. We have a new FLX button. We put it at 00 on the screen, so top left corner. We say exit to menu, and then we have a lambda function which just fades the camera to black and then switches states to the menu state. Now if I save, it'll probably get formatted. No, it was not. Let me quickly import it maybe. So import that. Now if we save again, it's fine, I guess, but it's bugging me. So, it's fine. I'm sure it's let's put it a bit down below just to make it easier to follow. So we can say something like this. Nope, it wants it one-liner. Okay, the formatter gets what it wants always. I'm not fighting it. So it's just one line. You've seen us fade to black and switch states before. It's nothing new. Because this is the middle button, we center it on the X and the Y. On the sound up, it plays the button press sound. and we add it to the scene. Next up is the retry button. It's a new HaxeFlixel button at 00. It says restart level, and then when we press it, we just fade to black to the current state that we were given. We center it on the x-axis and put it above the exit menu button and give it a 2 pixel space between the buttons. On the button up, we have the button sound, and we add it to the scene. Thomas Windows notifications popping up. Yes, we have now the exit desktop button. So this is if the player wants to rage quit, we make it easier for them to do so. We don't have to force them to go through 30 different menus. We just give them the exit button right there and then be like, okay, you want to be impatient? Here you go for it, quit, go. And we just, if the button is pressed, we just say sys.exit with a 0 to say that the game exited without any issues. We center it on the screen, we put it below the exit menu button and give it a space of 2 pixels. When the button gets released, we press the button press sound, although this might have to be on down since we're exiting the game. If it's on up, the player will never hear it, and then we add it to the scene. And that is it for the death menu state. It's pretty simple. All the menu states have been, so it's no real surprise that it was pretty simple. So we can just close that down. Next up is the win menu state.hx class win menu state extends flx state. Oh, I hate it when you save and it does that. So annoying. Like, I just created the spacing. Give me my spacing back. I need my spacing. In any case, can't really force it to give me my spacing, so we'll just shove in some variables to give it an idea of why we need our spacing. So we have a variable for the next level, which is HaxeFlixel state. We have the title, the next level button, the exit main menu button, and the exit desktop button. Now again, we have a constructor just so that we can set the next level button or next level state. And let me just quickly import these. Import and import, save. Now you'll notice this little question mark, and what that says is we don't really care if you pass it or not, and if you don't pass it, we just assume that it's null, so that we can then also use this in the boss menu state where there is no next level, where we just go, okay, well, if you won the boss level, congrats, you won the game. We can't give you more levels. We don't have any more levels to give you. So this just allows us to use it even in the boss level. Okay, next up is the override function for update. So override update. Why do I keep pressing that button? Control save. Thank you. Okay, first up is the title. It's a new text. It's 40 down instead of 20. Not quite sure why I did that. It might have been a typo. It might not have been. I'm just gonna leave it. Maybe there was a good reason for it. In any case, then we say congratulations. I don't even know if I spelled that right. English is not my first language. I'll just say that. Although it's not really a good excuse, since I spell better in English than I do in my native language. So, stuffs. In any case, it's a font size of 18. We align the text to be in the center. We center it on the x-axis, and then we add it to the scene. Now we need to check if a next menu or a next level was given. So we say if next level equals null. So if it was not given to us, then do something. It's probably going to be a big baby about it. So I'm just going to not save. Then we say else. And because there's probably going to be a big baby about it, I'm just going to do that again. Now we create the exit menu button and exit main menu button and exit desktop button because we don't really need a next level button if we don't have a next level. So we say exit main menu button equals HaxeFlixel button 00 exit to main menu with an exit menu function, since we'll have multiple exit main menu buttons depending on whether the next state is false or is null or not. Then we center it in the X and Y, and we move it down a bit since there is... So because there's just 2 buttons, it's an even amount of buttons, so we move it down a bit or up a bit to make space for the other button so that the middle point is between them. So when the button is pressed, play the sound and add the menu button, and then we do the same with the desktop button where we create a new FLX button at 0.00, exit to desktop as the text with an exit to desktop function. We center it on the X and Y and just move it down a bit to make space for the other button. And then if the button is pressed on up specific, play the sound and then add it to the desktop. Add it to the scene, I mean. It's still early in the morning for me. And yes, that is a valid excuse. I don't care what you people say. It's a valid excuse. I should probably import these things. Add to import. And we'll create the functions just now, don't worry. So we add the exit main button, so same as we did over here, but we put it in the middle this time, so because there will be a button above it and below it, it's in the middle. Next we set the next level button above the exit main menu button. We give it a text of next level with a next level function. We center it in the X and then we put it above the next level button on up, play the sound, and then add to level button. Add the scene to the level, add the level button to the scene, I mean. Wow, I should not be recording, but in any case, I have energy this morning, so I might not have a clear mind, but I have enough energy to record, so we are recording. In any case. And then we just add the exit to desktop button below the exit main menu button, and the rest is pretty much the same function, same text. It's pretty much a copy, just all that changed was where the Y is. And then just below the update function, or create function I mean, we set the next level function. Let me just import that. Import. So we fade to black, and then if the next level button is clicked, fade to black and then switch states to the next level. If the exit to main menu function is pressed, then fade to black and then just switch states to a new version of the main menu state. And then finally, if the exit to desktop button was pressed, just call sysexit with 0. And now to test these out in our level state. So scroll up, not that far up, around here. I just realized I missed something last time I wrote this. If it's less than 0 elapsed, but we never checked if it's greater than 0. So in theory, the person's health can just go on forever. That is definitely a bug, and I'm sorry that I missed that. No, that's so weird. I can't believe that I missed that. In any case, so if the player's health is greater than 0, then just cap it to 0. But if the player's health is less than or equal to 0, then we want to switch the states to a new death menu state, and we pass a new instance of level 1 state, so the state we're in. We could have probably passed this, but I'm not quite sure how Hax would handle this, passing this keyword. So we can just do this and they know for fact that it's what we want to pass. Also notice that when we're fading the camera, we fade to red rather than black, to give them to give the player a feedback that, oh crap, they died, we kind of messed up, now we need to go redo the level. Okay, and if the amount of monsters is less or equal to 0, then we want to fade the camera to green and then show the player the win menu state with a new level state, level 2 state. Cool, let's see if these have worked. So control tilde CLS just to clear that out, and then we say line test hl-debug. So I'm just going to wait for that to compile. Be back soon. Okay, it has compiled and it seems to be working. It's in the main menu, so if we say play, then we get the level select, so we say level 1. So this is just a sneaky little trick that I figured out to like cheese my own game, so you can just focus on the ones that are running directly towards you rather than having to worry about the rest. So let's see if we can get the crap. Okay, so the die the you died screen works, the death menu screen. Now restart level. Hey, that worked. Okay, let's try our cheaty method first. And by the way, you kind of have to hold up the up and left keys so that it's pressed right onto there, because if you leave it, your hitbox is just about accessible to the monsters. Oh, crap. Okay, any case, I'll show you at the end of this tutorial series. I'll make an entire video of me going through playing the game, showing you how I went about it. But in any case, you can just exit to desktop. As you saw, that worked. Thank you for watching this week's tutorial. If you enjoyed, please feel free to drop a like, subscribe, and maybe tell a buddy. And until next week, I hope you have an awesome week, and see you then. Goodbye.